Hello, everyone. This is your assignment for today. This is Thursday, December 16th. And I'm just going to quickly go over what you do in this assignment. When you open up the work document, there is a link to a Google slide deck. So you're going to want to open that up because that's going to give you some information and something to use as a resource to help you complete this assignment. Okay, so when you open up this particular slide deck, this is going to go over all of the physical and chemical properties a little bit more than the reading packet did. You'll still see some of the same physical properties and chemical properties, but it's going to have some additional ones as well. Okay, so there's the definition of physical property. Here's some examples of physical properties. Density is one of them. Also, smell that was not in the book, texture and color. So these are some additional examples of physical properties. These are properties that we can observe without changing what the substance is. Hardness, transparency. So when you guys did the mineral identification gizmo, you had a Mohs scale of mineral hardness test that you did with a whole bunch of minerals like this, and you scraped it across some different surfaces to determine how hard the substance was. Okay, and then transparency is another physical property. So I'm going to go through this really quickly because you can read this also on your own time. We have solubility, boiling point, melting point, and freezing point. Some of those were in the reading packet. Electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, and then malleability. Those were all in the reading packet. Ductility. So this is the ability of a substance to be stretched into a wire. That's why they call it duct tape. That's where the duct tape comes from. Luster and magnetism. Again, these were in your book. Elasticity, the ability of a substance to be stretched. Flexibility, to be able to bend without breaking. And then fluidity, ability of a substance to flow. Brittleness and viscosity are a couple other physical properties. All right, the chemical properties. This would be a description of a substance's ability to change into a new substance with different properties. Flammability was one that we talked about in the reading packet, and reactivity. So other examples of chemical properties, oxidation. This is reactivity, but it's specific to oxygen. So it's the tendency for a substance to react with oxygen and form something new, like rust. Okay, we talked about that with a car. Iron rusting, or an iron nail rusting if left outside and is in contact with water. Some other types of oxidation could be tarnishing, like with the spoons. That's a little bit different because it's not iron, it's instead silver. So that would be tarnishing instead. All right, so that is it. So then using this information on this work document, what you're going to do in these particular problems here, 1 through 15, is you're going to decide first if the scenario being described is physical or chemical. Then you're going to go back into the Google Slides and determine that type of property. Okay, so I'll do the first one with you. So silver will tarnish when it comes in contact with hydrogen sulfide in the air. So I remember looking at that. There it is right there. This is the spoon. This is the silver. And it is called oxidation. And there it says it's a chemical property. So you're going to highlight the word chemical, whatever color you would like. And then the name of the property specifically is oxidation. Okay, so in the parentheses has to be something different than the word physical or the word chemical. It has to be the specific physical property or the specific chemical property. So I'll do number 2 again with you. A banana is yellow. So I can say right now that that's color. And when I looked back into the slide deck, Oh, let's get rid of this little thing here. There we go. And let's go back to slide 1. And color, there it is a physical property. So in the document, I would highlight physical, and it is color. Okay, so keep going through to number 15, just like that. Then part 2 is application of physical and chemical properties. So you're going to use these properties to describe items around your house or your yard or school. Okay, if you are in school. Okay, why does that? There we go. You can reference the list of physical and chemical properties on this Google slideshow and use them to describe any 4 items of your choice. You can use any 2 properties in your description, but you may not use the same property more than once. So if you're going to use malleability to describe something in number 1, you cannot use malleability again in any of the others. So they need to be different ones. Okay, so you're gonna have 8 different properties total. So here's an example. I chose a pillow in this example. And I am looking at the pillow and I'm deciding that it's not very shiny. Okay, so it has very low luster. So my pillow's not shiny and it has very low luster. Property number 2, I can't hammer my pillow into a thin sheet, so it's not malleable. Okay, so I'm observing malleability. It just doesn't have that property. I could also say that it's soft, so that would be describing texture. I also can say that it's flammable, so that would be another property I could say about my pillow, is that it is flammable. I could also say that it is opaque, so I'm describing transparency. It's opaque. I can say that it's not magnetic, which is another property. Okay. All right. So item number 1 for you could be something like, it could be your pencil. It could be your chair. It could be a spoon. It could be your backpack. It could be your shoe. It could be your shirt. Anything that you want to use. 4 different items, and then describe them using the list in the Google slide deck. Okay, so smell, texture, color, hardness, transparency, solubility, boiling point. You might not know the boiling point of something that's around you, so you may not be able to use boiling point or melting point or freezing point. I guess you could look it up online. So if you're describing some kind of metal and you know the metal of the object that you're describing, go ahead and look it up online. Does it conduct electricity or heat? Is it malleable? All the things. All right. And then you could also describe chemical properties, like I did with the pillow. I said it's flammable. Okay. So that would be a chemical property that I could use to describe my pillow. All right, so that is how you complete this assignment. And if you have any missing assignments or late work or things that you're still working on getting completed, just get those done and make sure you turn them in. Have a great day.